So a lot of friends of mine who are still TV news journalists, they have to go work the coronavirus story. And I actually asked a friend of mine who's a photog here in Miami if he got any new toys, new gear, anything like that. And they said, yeah, the station bought him a boom pole so that he doesn't have to get close to anyone when they're interviewing people on the street, MOS, stuff like that. It's not often that a former reporter like myself can easily say, I have a very good idea of the story I did that made me deathly ill. Back in 2009, I was working as a freelance reporter at wtvj, and we happened to do this story. It was pretty cool. It was a cruise ship company that, the little bottles of shampoo, conditioner, stuff like that. If it wasn't finished, if the bottles weren't empty, they were donating all of these half-used, quarter-used, three-quarter-used bottles to a homeless shelter in Broward County. We're at Port Everglades, and the ship's in the background, NPR people, blah, 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 and I do a stand-up right in front of all the bottles of shampoo, these large containers full, and old TVs. Remember this was 2009, so they were getting rid of those old big TVs, putting in the flat screen TVs. So those larger TVs were going to this homeless shelter. Just all the stuff off the boat that was still in decent shape was going to this homeless shelter. Cool. Even cooler is when the cruise line invites you on for lunch. Who's going to turn down a free lunch, even on a cruise ship? Well, me being 11 years younger, goes on the ship, hand sanitizer. Psh, I don't need the hand sanitizer. So I go on with the photographer I was working with, and we have lunch. Great. And I say to him, all right, we got this half of the story. Now it's time to go to the homeless shelter that's going to reap the benefits of everything coming off this ship. So we go and we do that. So I'm on a cruise ship, and then I'm at a homeless shelter about an hour apart, and the next day I didn't go into work because I was dying. All right, obviously I didn't die, but I sure felt like death. And I was a freelancer, so I had to pay out of pocket for a run to a clinic real quick. And so the doctor, they take my temperature, they're checking me out, all this stuff, take a physical. And the doctor comes in, looks at all the information, sits down in front of me on, that little stool with the wheels. And I'm sitting on the examination table, with my legs hanging off. And the doctor asked me, where have you been the past few days? And I was like, oh, I was on a cruise ship and homeless shelter in the same day. And she slowly rolls back away from me. And I'm like, well, that's not a good sign. And she looks at the chart and she goes, I'll be right back. So she comes back a few minutes later and she says, all right, we can give you a shot right now that'll make you feel better. I've given you a prescription for, it was an inhaler. It was all sorts of stuff. They thought I had mild bronchitis, but I will tell you this, whatever injection they gave me, oh my God, I felt fantastic right afterwards. And that's my story about knowing exactly the moment I got sick, really sick, working a story as a TV journalist. Now, if you want to go ahead and see the story that I did back in 2009, when I had a little bit more hair and I was a little bit more youthful looking, you can check it out right here. I think it's gonna be right about here. In the meantime, everyone stay safe out there. If you're covering the coronavirus, remember, what is it? Social distancing. That's what they're saying. Stay away.